Welcome to the Secure the Perimeter podcast.
Good morning. Thanks for everybody for joining the Secure the Perimeter podcast. Have you ever had a time in your life when you experienced some setbacks? I think you have. And if you're like me, they happen every day. Today we're going to talk about how to respond to setbacks. Three main things that we're going to do when we're responding to setbacks. We're going to prioritize, we're going to categorize, and we're going to minimize. What do I mean by this? Prioritize. A lot of times we let our minds run away with worst case scenario. And so in doing this, it always takes you to the extreme. And it plays tricks on you, and it sends signals of false positives. And so you've got to avoid that. No matter what the setback is, financial setback, physical setback, mental setback, it's going to play games with your mind. And so you've got to learn how to prioritize. And listen, just keep it simple. Prioritize in levels. 1 to 3. How much of a priority is it really? And I know that a lot of people may say, well, it's the highest priority. But is it really? Or is it just a distraction? So just prioritize on a level, on a scale 1 to 3. Where do you rank it? The second thing you want to do is you want to categorize this setback. What is a setback? Is it a financial setback? Is it catastrophic? Are they going to pull your mortgage? Are they going to turn your lights off? Is it just a setback because you didn't save as much money as you could have or should have? So categorize by level of importance. Okay? How big of a priority is it? And categorize it accordingly. And the third thing you must do is minimize the setback. Because, again, a lot of times your mind will try to play tricks with you about how much of a priority it is or how much of a distraction it is. And so you want to minimize this and dissolve it down to nothing, because most of the time it's really not that big of a deal. I've had many setbacks in my life. And believe me, setbacks come every single day, and I'm getting better at how I minimize those setbacks and how I prioritize them and put them in their place. Because when you do this, you literally can put your setback in its place. Because setbacks always try to take a front seat in your life. So, lastly, I would say that, if you have a setback, look at what the root cause of the setback is. Is it something that was caused by you? So there are two main questions to ask. Number one, is it your fault? Is it your fault? Is a setback a result of something you did? And this is where you have to be honest. Most people don't like to be honest with themselves. They don't like the accountability aspect of identifying what the root cause of the issue is. But the best thing you can do is be honest with yourself, because honesty is going to be forthright with this incident in hopes to avoid it in the future. So a lot of people, when there's an issue, the first thing they do, their default instinct response is to shift blame. Listen, don't do this. Because this is not going to allow you to grow. This is not going to allow you to learn. So be honest with yourself. Are you the root cause of this issue that you have, or this setback? The second question you want to ask yourself, is it in your control? Most of the time, it's not. It's out of your control. Nothing you can do anything about. Because we only have control with the here and now. God did not give us the authority to change history, our past, or the future. So we have no jurisdiction in those two realms. You cannot change the past, and you have no control over the future. You only have control in the here and now. Think about that. There's 3 dimensions. So if you only have control with the here and now, then you can only control your actions now. When something happens, it's in the past, and it's in the past very quickly. So all you can do is control your actions and your response to the here and now. So whether it is in your control or not, whether it is your fault or not, you cannot control the past or the future, only the here and now. And the largest thing that I would say that most people do is they don't look at the opportunity to learn. Okay, we all experience setbacks. We all experience issues. Many times in my life, I've had so many incidents in my business where I had setbacks, and it literally had the potential to bury me or to kill me in business. And I just kept showing up. I just kept coming back and dealing with it, one day at a time. And sometimes it takes a long time to get through it. So I would just say keep showing up, but learn from it. Take an opportunity and learn from the setback, the experience. And I know it's hard to do because you're trying to, swallow this big horse pill about this potential setback. Maybe it's a financial setback. Maybe you don't have enough equity or capital to grow your business or to keep going because you are not seeing a path to making payroll, right? I've had many of those incidents, especially, in my early days of my startup. I bootstrapped my business, and there were a lot of times that I was fearful that I was not going to be able to make payroll. Fortunately enough for me, I just kept showing up, and so here I am today. But if that's you and you have that setback, or you're saving for a house and you don't have enough money saved up, or you are saving for a new car and you don't have enough money saved up, and you can't see a path to the end result of getting the car, buying the house, you have to learn from the here and now. So what's the main objective? Talking to a friend most recently, trying to buy a house. Doesn't have enough money to put down on the house. So what should he do? He should develop a plan. He should learn from, his past of maybe not saving enough money, maybe not making enough money. Maybe the career you're in doesn't afford you the money that you need to buy your house or to buy a car. You have to develop a plan and put a plan into place. And most of the time, it's these moments that literally give you the epiphany of action to take to change the trajectory of your life to put you on a new path. And that's a blessing in disguise. So try to learn from the experiences. And they're not all mistakes, believe me. A lot of people think everything they're doing in life is a mistake, and they look at everything objectively. Not everything's a mistake, because most of the time the setback you're going through is a pivotal moment for you, an opportunity to learn, and a path to a new trajectory for the outcome of your life. So when we start to look at things like that, we start to realize it's literally a blessing in disguise. So I hope this helps everybody out there today. And tune in next week for more great content. And thank you for joining the Secure the Perimeter podcast.